right? Knowledge was even more essential. Now go back and read the scripture that you had.
This is
about the knowledge, right?
1 Kings 9:27. And Hiram sent in the navy his servants, shipmen that had knowledge of the sea.
And that's exactly what we're reading here. In the ship sail era, or in the sail ship era, knowledge was even more essential.
Right.
Go on.
It says, and the reason why it was more essential was because they didn't have fuel to propel it. It was manpower.
Manpower, exactly. And they didn't want to kill the men by rowing the boat to death.
Right. So they had to use sails and the currents, and
that just makes sense. Just like the birds that migrate. That I heard somewhere. I believe I read it, or I might have heard it, that the birds, when they migrate, the reason why you have a bird up front leading them is because the bird up front cuts the path, and the other birds, you'll know, right in the air, and you'll notice the other birds following him, they just glide right after him.
Right.
So they conserve energy, and each bird takes turns. When one bird gets tired, another bird in the pack
goes in the front
and leads the pack of birds till they get down south. But then you have people that talk about bird brains.
Yeah, birds are smart, man.
They love to call, they love to call people bird brains.
It's amazing.
Anyway, I think we made our point, brother.
Yeah, yep.
All right, so with that, we're not gonna speak any more on it. We made our point with 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. Now, before I go though, I want to show you something that I got on Columbus. All right, this devil Columbus, that he was a so-called Jew, because he was one of the main guys that stopped Israel for a while about learning this knowledge because of his actions, right? All right, this is from a website called trivialibrary.com. All right, now it says almost nothing is known about about Christopher's mother, beyond the fact that Susanna Fontarosa married Domenico Colombo. Now Domenico Colombo was Columbus's father, about 1445, and preceded him in death. Columbus himself was extremely reticent about his family background. Now I looked up that word reticent. It means he wasn't quick to talk.
Right.
A person who's reticent is not quick to speak.
Right.
They're very reserved in their conversation.
Yeah, there was a reason for that.
And there was a reason for it, and we're about to read it. Columbus himself was extremely reticent about his family background, and some scholars have cited this as evidence of his possible Jewish descent.
Right, so-called Jewish descent.
Jewish descent. Columbus was a so-called Jew devil.
That's right. He was a devil that the Bible
He was a devil, and that's why he was working so hard to take the Apocrypha out of the Bible.
Yep.
And you better believe he knew about the 10 tribes coming over here.
That's right.
So this lie of him coming over here to discover a new passage to India, that was all fucking bullshit.
They already knew.
They already knew. Again, you so-called Jews, you're the kings and queens of lies. Columbus himself was extremely reticent about his family background, and some scholars have cited this as evidence of his possible Jewish descent, Jewish meaning so-called Jew, which he would have concealed during his dealings with his Spanish supporters.
That's right, because they kicked out the so-called Jews out of Spain.
Exactly. And that was us.
That's right.
That was us. We were ruling Spain at that time. So once again, here comes our nemesis, the so-called Jews, doing us dirt.
That's right.
All right. Again, extrapolation.
Yep.
Which them other niggas don't know how to do. Anyway, according to such theories, his mother was Jewish, and his father descended from a Jewish family that left Spain about 1391. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was related to the Borgias, right. Columbus. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Hey, well, when Columbus so-called discovered America and went back to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, Rodrigo Borgia, right after that decree, Rodrigo Borgia gave a decree that any lands that were found after that should be given to the King and Queen of Spain.
Check that out. Which was really controlled by those hidden bankers behind them.
Yep. And they were contemporaries. Columbus, Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, they were contemporaries. Which Caesar Borgia the Borgias were so-called Jews.
That's right.
They descended out of the Edomite families, along with Columbus.
Yep.
Which the so-called Jews are Edomites.
That's right.
All right. So, reading on, it says his mother was Jewish. His father descended from a Jewish family that left Spain about 1391, settled in Genoa, which is in Italy, and became Christians. And you know what? When the Rothschilds took over, Mayam Shalbawa told his sons, whatever land you go into, assimilate the culture of that land.
Right.
So when one of his sons went into Italy, he became an Italian.
Right.
When one of his sons went into Britain, Nathan Rothschild, he became British.
Right.
So there it is, you know. But anyway, with that, we're gonna close the session there. We hope you brothers learned something. You know, this is what we do, all right. We have dedicated our lives to this truth.
Yep.
And we have dedicated our lives to destroying any lies that are out there.
That's right. That's right.
That's what we do, all right. And we're doing it for the love of our nation, which is the nation of Israel, for the love of the elect of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
So with that, I say shalom.
Shalom.